still fighting a cold, but what a beautiful day, right? And I'm just gonna sit here real quick and share a little story. But now it's just serious talk. What was it, about 6-7 years ago? I started coming down to this area right here, which is in Palos Verdes near Redondo Beach, and I started with this little personal challenge I think I did about this 60 days of hiking every single day, and that's actually how I started, like, losing weight and just getting in better shape and into fitness. But along the way, right before that happened, and this is for anyone that has ever had any issues with depression, mental illness, and I believe it's very common. But you could see in our society a lot of obese people, a lot of people with health issues, with drug addictions. I mean, that stuff is pretty visual. You could see people, right? But when it comes to like the way people are feeling, depression, and like I said, any other kind of bipolar disorder, anything that you can think of, mental illness. So at that time, I for sure, I was probably in the worst shape mentally that I ever been. Besides physically, I was on my heaviest, but as far as being down on myself, for sure I was feeling that. And so the story about that, how I ended up over here, is that one day, it was a rainy night. A few people had said that they wanted to join me on a hike. Everybody flaked out, and I was already not having the greatest of a day, and I was feeling, like I said, I was pretty down on myself. So I decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna run as far as I could go. At that time, I think the longest distance I had covered was probably like 5 miles, I think. And so that night I ended up running 10 miles all the way up here to these cliffs, and it was pretty dangerous time to be down here, because if you could see on the videos, I mean, you don't see as much unless you're in person, but it's a pretty it's about 300 feet up on these cliffs. So one wrong step and your ass is done. Like, if you go down these cliffs, you're fucked. You die, right? So I remember, I don't know, I think during my run, I started feeling all these different emotions, all these different thoughts in my mind, and until I got to this point, until I got to this side of the cliffs, and I'm standing on the edge, and it's the weirdest shit, because I could just hear the ocean roar. Like, it was pretty loud because it had been raining, so the tide was probably high, and it's scary the way, like, you could be caught up on your mind and you cannot see nothing else. So I was just standing there, and for moments, I don't know, I guess because all the different things that I was going through, my mindset, I for a second, I almost just wanted to take a step forward and be done with everything, right? So yeah, we all, not all of us, but I assume most of us, at one point in time, we go through times in our lives where we see everything dark and we don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. But I promise you that if you hang in there and surround yourself with the right people, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's very fucking bright. Like I said, this is about maybe 8 years later, and I'm sitting right here, and just take a look at this, man. Like, it's a beautiful thing. So if anyone out there, or anyone in your close ones is going through this, just be there for them. Sometimes it's very hard because some people can hide it very well. They seem completely normal, and I might have been, unless you were really close to me, you would have not known that I was going through some shit, but just be more aware of what your loved ones are going through, and sometimes you can't help them. They have to help themselves. But at least know that hopefully you got loved ones that are gonna be there for you. But yeah. So this brings me back to why, next month we'll be back over here, Redondo Beach, for our 5-year anniversary. For some people, they see Machete Madness and they see people doing our events, our trail races, and that's just what they see, an event, fitness. But for me and those that know, it's way bigger than that. It's something that changed my life for the good. It's something that has changed other people's lives, and hopefully we continue to grow into something positive for our community, a place where you can meet other individuals that are going to be not afraid to step out of their comfort zone, and who are also going to be of positive influence, because that's for whatever reason that is who we attract. We attract positive people who are trying to better themselves. So hopefully this little video can help someone out there. You'd be surprised how many people who I will never meet made an influence in my life. It could have been anyone that I saw on YouTube, that something they said clicked on my mind and my heart, that allowed me to see things on a more brighter way. But anyways, take care of your loved ones, love yourself, and have a good fucking weekend, people. Love you guys. Out.